Lee Moriarty, AEW wrestler, pure Ring of Honor pure champion, artist here at Miami Art Week, part 2. Medias, everyone wants to talk to Lee. This is amazing because he paints on a canvas in the ring and he paints on a canvas right here like this and all. He's that. 2 canvases, Lee. See how I threw that in? It's just me coming up with things. All right, so we're gonna get this going, but I want to get you to talk a little bit more. We talked about one of your artworks. You're debuting here at Miami Art Week, huge event, and we're at NADA. So talk about this one. This man I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, this is the legendary Blue Demon. He's a famous luchador and movie star in Mexico. And I wanted to paint these portraits that are existing photos, but I wanted to change the backgrounds that are showing different scenery. So this one is meant to be in spring, and I just love the aesthetic of luchadors with masks and suits.
The detail, not only the detail, Lee, but also just everything. There's like almost no wasted space. We do this, even the background. I like the little handkerchief there. And have you ever met any of the wrestlers that you have painted?
I have not met any of the wrestlers. I've been in the same space as Juice and Thunder Liger, but I've never come across it.
Tell us about this with the, look at this, and with the pink flamingo. Very nice size, very Florida-esque, Lee.
So this is the flamingo selfie. I actually was driving down Tampa one day and I saw a guy pull over to the side of the road and take a selfie with a crane. And I was like, that's so cool because that guy's enjoying nature. So that's what inspired this, and the idea that this man is taking a selfie with the animal behind him. And the reason I use pink is because pink's my favorite color, and I use pink for a lot of underpaintings.
There are no pink flamingos in Pittsburgh. Is that right, Lee? There's no...
I mean, you can go to the zoo, but not in the wild.
So cool. All right, here we go. Oh, the man you mentioned. Wow.
This is the legend Jushin Thunder Liger, a famous Japanese wrestler that's actually based off of an anime. And this was the first ever painting I did that started this series. And it was the same thing, an existing portrait of this wrestler. And I wanted to extend the background and just show the nature of things like that.
This is very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Because you're getting the rugged side and the soft side all combined into one. But you know better than me, Lee. What is this? Tell us what this is.
This is the bouquet. My girlfriend and I like to get a bouquet for our apartment every month, just to brighten up our space. And I love the idea of showcasing, like you were saying, the athlete and the beauty of nature together. And something I love is just the colors of all the flowers and the shading, because that was a big challenge for me and something I really enjoyed doing.
All right, Lee, come this way. Come over this side. Get you this way. Oh, wait, hey, Adam from Orange Crush. Where's Adam? Look at this. Look at this. Adam over here. He's all part of this. This is also, he putting this all together. I didn't know he was so involved in Miami Art Week, too. This is amazing how many years he's been doing this and all. But he's also, Orange Crush is art and pro wrestling journal. And just tell us quick about Orange Crush, tell us about Lee, and we'll finish this up.
Sure, yeah. So in 2020, I founded Orange Crush, the Journal of Art and Wrestling, which brings together contemporary art and also practitioners of professional wrestling that wear second hats, like graphic designers, musicians, and of course studio artists like Lee. In 2022, the fabulous journalist Andreas Hale from ESPN did a great profile for me for Orange Crush. I began to learn about Lee's practice. As a graphic designer, a lot of people know him in the industry because he designed a lot of merch for a lot of his colleagues, as well as for AEW, among others. And he approached me, he's like, well, I'm a trained artist, and I've been focusing on my craft in the ring, as you know, he's a wonderful technical wrestler. But how do I get my foothold in the art world? How do I show my work? And I was like, listen, man, if you want to take it seriously, the first thing you should do is like try painting on canvas, see what happens, see what it looks like. And he did, and then he came back to me, he's like, yeah, I've been working on it, and the results blew my mind. So I've been working with NADA for the last 15 years, maybe a little bit more. I've been on the board.
And NADA
is the New Art Dealers Alliance, which is a 501c6 of which I am on the board of. It's been a fair that's been taking place here in Miami since 2002. And it's basically a professional organization for some of the best emerging gallerists and artists around the world. So I applied to the fair, like any other gallery, with Lee's work. We were accepted, and the response has been tremendous. The booth is nearly sold out. We've had major institutions come and check it out. We've had all the buyers have actually, some of them, the person who bought this was a wrestling fan, but they also are from a major collecting family in Texas. And it's been mostly outside the art world, which I think has been, outside of the wrestling world, which has been really vindicating. I think for me, as somebody who saw this as a kind of grand experiment, but especially for Lee, who's an incredibly talented artist, and I'm very proud to be showing him.
Everyone, we're all proud he's here. We're proud you're here and learning the work you've done with the art world, and also now combining it with professional wrestling. Come over here next to Lee, and he's going to talk about. I'm going to have him talk about a couple of the last two pieces here. All right, Lee, go ahead.
Yeah, this is another legendary luchador, El Santo, and I call this the portrait of the Saint.
Movie star.
Movie star as well. He actually shared a lot of movies with Blue Demon. And the idea of this one was the same thing, to showcase this famous portrait of the luchador with a different background and nature, and I really enjoy how I was able to bring together the shading and layers of this specific part. But just a cool version of that suit, the turtleneck with the little blazer, I think that's a fresh look for me.
Especially for that time, too.
Yeah.
That is Lee Moriarty going back in time, and it looks. All right, last one. This is awesome. Well, they're all of the best, but I save the best of the best for last. But this is a really cool one. I like this. All right, so I'll zoom in a little bit here. Okay, Lee, go ahead.
This one I call this the infinity pole, and this is actually my personal favorite of all of them. And that's because painting water was something that was a challenge for me when I first started. And once I got through all these other paintings, I gained more confidence in experimenting. So this one was a lot of experimentation and just trusting myself and trusting the canvas. So once I got to it, I just felt more comfortable and confident. But I would definitely say this is my favorite because it just represents a very calm and peaceful environment.
Yeah, I look at a lot of your art, Lee, and it is very calming. And what you do in the ring is not too calming. So is this like the two sides of Lee?
Yeah, 100%. I think I'm more of an introverted and calm person than I'm not, but when I walk through that curtain, especially with my mask on, it puts me into another position, because in African culture, people would wear masks that represent their connection with natures and spirits and things like that. My personal connection is with the tiger, so that's why I chose to be tiger style Lee Moriarty. That's why I wear the mask when I walk into the ring. It transforms me from the very peaceful natured person that I am into the warrior that I need to be when I'm in the ring.
I'll end it with this, Lee. Do you have more artwork at home or more masks at home?
Currently, now that they're all here, I have more masks at home. I actually got 2 brand new masks coming in the mail from an amazing designer, an Omega mask, that I'm very excited to display on TV soon.
That is so cool. And social media for you?
My social medias are at Lee Moriarty across all platforms. Keep it simple and smooth. And I appreciate you all, and I hope to be able to show you more of my role in both professional wrestling and art.
They'll be able to see art on your social. Is the thought now planning to go to other events that showcase art? Is that something too you want to continue doing?
Yeah, definitely. I think this was my first ever one, and I've really enjoyed it, so I would love to spread my wings more in the art communities and do what I can to showcase professional wrestling on a different side.
He's an AEW wrestler, Ring of Honor Pure Champion. He's an artist here at Miami Art Week at NADA, presented by Orange Crush. We thank you so much, Lee. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.